everybody, this is Blue Boy again. Oh, I'm really excited about this group. This group is one of my favorite local bands, the Turtles. But before they were the Turtles, they were an instrumental surf group called the Crossfires. Then they decided not only did they want to do surf music, they also wanted to do rock and roll music, and with more vocals. So let me kind of, now that I clued you in on that aspect of the Turtles / Crossfires. The Crossfires kind of disbanded their wanting to do the surf music, and they concentrated more on being the Turtles. I got a poster here of the Turtles when they played with the Buffalo Springfield, which I will be getting into that group real soon. But what makes it really nice for me is that they played at a place called the Third Eye, and I actually like to go to that place. I would personally be going to the Third Eye, and I would be, every group that plays at the Third Eye, I would be able to see. And by the way, that was long ago. It's no longer a club. However, the building is still there, and the same parking lot is still there. Henry Diltz, who did a lot of filming and graphic arts, and actually he was at Woodstock. So Henry Diltz made a really nice portrait on the side of a building in the parking lot of the Buffalo Springfield, which I'm anxious to get to soon, because I have a real good story about the Buffalo Springfield. I got the original Happy Together sheet music, and it has all the words of the songs. It has the graphics, so you can play guitar or whatever. They're all there. I got it all. And one lucky thing for me, because all these guys I saw all the time. The Turtles actually became the Third Eye's house band. They would open up for so many groups. I mean, I can go on and on, but I'm not going to get into that. I have 3 autographs on here. I got Johnny Barbada, I got Howard Kalin, and I got Mark Volman. They all signed this sheet music, and man, I mean, when they did, it made my day, because I love albums, I love sheet music. I was ecstatic. I love the Turtles so much. It's beyond words. I was so happy. So now let's get into some of the Turtles' actual original studio albums. So this one, Mark Volman signed for me. Right there, it's Mark Volman. And this album's called It Ain't Me, Babe, which was one of their biggest hits. Everyone on earth that knows the Turtles, they can relate to that song. That was one of their most famous songs that they ever did. I can tell you, and they did covers from other bands, which actually I kind of like better. The Eve of Destruction. I love that song. It has a real nice group photo on the back. Shows Don Murray. Shows Mark Volman, Jim Tucker, Chuck Ports, Al Nickel, and Howard Kaylan. They're all in the back. What a tremendous group photo that is. Like I say, I like every song on this album. I like every song the Turtles ever did. They're that good. I got this album. The Turtles present the Battle of the Bands. And I was lucky because Jim Pons, remember the Turtles, he signed it for me, right here. Jim Pons. Mark Volman signed it for me. He was kind of the leader of the band, and after a while, after seeing me so many times, I would actually go to the Third Eye because I knew they were the house band, and I would get there early, and I would sit out there on a ledge in front of the place. I would listen to them practice. And no one else was around. I liked them that much. I was all by myself up there, and I heard them practice. And man, I'm telling you, they sounded just like the albums. They were that good. And they never had to keep on like some groups they practice and then they have to stop and because they don't think it went right. I never heard it. They did everything during their practice. It sounded just like the album and they never had to re-practice or redo any song. They just kept on going and it sounded so good. And I love the Turtles. They did a lot. Here's a group photo of them, and they're kind of in different outfits. It's I've never seen this. It's kind of funny in a way. When you look at it, you see all those outfits and even some of the expressions on their faces and stuff. It's kind of funny. Like I said, I like every song, and every time just to look at it brings back memories. Here's another one of their albums. Jim Pons, he signed it. Mark Volman signed it. So this is kind of interesting because this was taken right down at the beach. You can see it's taken right at the beach. That's an incredible. I've never seen any photograph of anyone, any group that was actually taken on the beach, the rocks and the waves, everything, right there. Incredible. You open it up, and there's a nice group photo of the whole band. I mean, that's a really nice shot of the whole band. Just amazing. So this album, You Baby, Let Me Be, those are actually titles of two of their biggest hit songs. Let Me Be and You Baby. Like I said, it has a lot of other songs on it. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I'll say it all day. I love every song the Turtles ever did. Just to hold these in my hand and look at them, I remember. So now I'm going to get to two books that I have right here. One was written by Mark Volman, and it shows a picture of how he, on the cover, it shows a picture of how he actually looked in the 60s. You flip it over, it shows a picture of how he looks now. So, you know, everyone gets old. In the 60s, I used to, you know, I'm dressed in psychedelic clothes because I still have them. But if you looked at my face, you would be probably tripping out. Wow, who's this guy? He looks like he belongs in a band. I wish. He had a book signing at a bookstore, and when he saw me in the audience, he couldn't believe it. He looked at me, he says, "Hey, I know you." And I go, "Yes, you do." I said, "We're both a little older now, but wow, I gotta hand it to you because, you know, I'm surprised you still recognize me." He says, "Oh, you've changed a little, and you know, you got blue hair, but that's why, you know, I didn't want to be rude, but that's why I was kind of giving you the double, triple take, because I remember you." So Mark signed my book, the one that he put out. He signed it right here. So let me see if I want to pick out all the good, cool stuff that's in Mark's book. Oh, here I am. Now I'm going to get to there we go. Here we go. These are really good ones. So there's a photo of Howard Kaylan and Mark Bolan right here. So those as you can see, those are really cool photos. And there's Mark at the microphone singing, Mark Bolan. Some of these are kind of interesting because they have, this one here has Mark playing this song and it looks like he's really wailing away at it. You can look at his arm, he's just wailing away on that guitar. Looks like he was really having fun. And here, he loved to play the tambourine. He would even do tricks with them. You wouldn't believe how Mark could play the tambourine. Here, he's kind of showing off because he's playing two tambourines at once. And he did that a lot. And not too many people can do this. And make them both sound good. You gotta be real good to make two tambourines sound good at the same time. And Mark was. I witnessed it in person. I can assure you, he really was. I couldn't even believe it myself when I saw him doing it. And still making those tambourines sound good. I mean, I know how to play a tambourine, but not two at once. I can play one at once and make it sound good, but never in my wildest dreams would I be able to play two at the same time and make them sound good. No way on earth. Mark could. So here they are up on stage playing, but there's a lady with them also. So you know, Mark was the kind of guy that would invite people from the audience to get up on stage and sing with them. Especially if they were in the audience and Mark heard them singing along as they were singing and heard that they had a good voice. Mark he'd probably reach his hand down and helped her up on stage and she joined in. That would happen. That would happen a lot with the Turtles. And it was turned out to be good. Everyone enjoyed it and clapping. And you know, Mark, he was also in a group called Flo and Eddie with Howard Kaylan. So that's Howard Kaylan and that's Mark, and also known as Flo and Eddie. Things, you know, they're all interactive, and a lot of groups are like that. The members will be with different groups, and it's just unbelievable the way the music industry is. A lot of groups did this. The Turtles weren't the only one. There were many groups that did this. Oh, this is great. This is real old picture, and they're just standing there posing. All of the Turtles right there. Look at that. That's a great. You know, they're all dressed up, but that's all of them, and they're you know, they're not playing in. They're just posing in one large group photo. Not too many groups did this. I don't have any other groups in my collection, or even remember a group all dressed up like that, posing a group photo. Most of them like to wear clothes like I'm wearing, or something, but never all dressed up like that. This book here was written by Jim Pons, and as you know, he's a member of the Turtles. And you flip it over, it has a little small picture of how he looks today. It's pretty small. I don't know if you could be able to see it, but that's how he looks today. But he's cool. Both these guys, they're still as cool and energetic as they were in the 60s. So let me tell you a little bit about Jim Pons' book. It has all information about the Turtles, about how they started, everything you can think about the Turtles. They tell. In fact, there's a few really old pictures of the Turtles. They're kind of small, but I'm gonna try, and I hope you can see it. This one up here, real old. You can tell by looking how young they are. So I kind of that's one of my favorite. I just wish it was bigger, but you know, it's a book, and they can't squeeze it in. But that's a cool picture of them. There is more. This one here, it actually shows the cover of Present the Battle of the Bands. So look at this picture, and then look at the cover. Trying to hold them both open, but voila! How about that, huh? Let me see if I can find some more. I'm only picking out the most coolest ones. They're all cool, but I'm trying just to get the cream of the crop. So this photo was actually the Turtles' first publicity photo with Jim Pons. I'd like you to. I wish it was bigger, because man, this is killer. This is probably one of the definitely one of the most better ones. I'm gonna pick out the cream of the crop. I'm gonna keep on going. There's more. So Jim Pons was also a member of another group called the Leaves. So that's cool. I like that. Jim Pons wasn't just with the Turtles. He was with different bands, and the Leaves were a really good band, and I actually saw them live. So I can tell you for sure. Anyone that hadn't seen the Leaves, you would have loved them. You would have loved them. If you like the Turtles, you would have loved the Leaves. Continuing on, I'm gonna get all the cool stuff. I want everyone to see. Here we are, another one of the leaves. Shows the whole band, and Jim Pond's in there. The Blue Boy recommends that everyone out there, please go out and buy these books, because if you're a fan of any of the groups that I mentioned, you will definitely, and you like books and you like music, you will definitely want these two books in your collection. And I recommend you go out and buy them, because you will want this part of your collection, just like it's part of my collection, along with everything I have. So I'm going to wrap it up with one final thought. Number one, I love the Turtles. I love everything that they all associated members, everything that I've been talking about. And I guess the last thing I have to say is my signature sign off. Remember, everyone out in music land, I'm giving you the peace sign. I'm giving you every sign I can. Keep your eyes on the road, your hands upon the wheel.